Hello? Is this thing on? Let's see. Turn my mic up a little bit more. All right. Sweet. Well, welcome everybody. This is the... What the heck is that doing there? This is the very first live stream of Planet Zoo that I've ever done, so be gentle. But I thought that we'd kick this stream off with a little bit of a tour of what's currently going on at the zoo. As you guys know, I have this in a couple different files, so like not everything is available to us right now. And I keep finding these little things all over the map that are like, wait, how did that get that way? Like upside down billboards. But all right. So, welcome back, I guess, to Cedar Lake Zoo. This is the entrance with a completely empty gift shop that I am not ever going to fill, just because I really don't care. There's a lot of things with this zoo that I've kind of gone to good enough as the way things are. Like, yeah, right now, sometimes the taxidermy mod, the, like, colors will pop out, so, it just, whatever. And I think I took a lot of animals out of here on a simple performance, issue thing. But, the sea lion area is untouched, which I'm very proud of myself for, because usually I'm a let's destroy things and build it back up kind of guy. But over here, you might be able to see that the desert building is back. So I had destroyed this long ago and then finally decided, you know what? I think that Cedar Lake needs a desert house as we're kind of coming towards the end of development. So let's bring this back because it's a really cool structure. This is actually two blueprints fused together that I can't even remember who they're by. I feel bad, but like somebody made a glass pyramid that was awesome, and then somebody made this dome bottom that I was like, this is fantastic, I have to use this. So there's nothing in there right now. What would be in there is in a different file that is specific to the desert building, just again on a performance level. A lot of things are probably very similar to how you saw them last, except yes, the Sumatra Dome is gone, and that's a shame, but the like view across the zoo was just completely not working for me. There were too many weird things coming across that this with the dome was just like killing me. I couldn't do it. But you know what? We'll give you guys an early tour of all the things that I have not toured yet. These will be in videos later, but you know, I should probably put animals back into these enclosures before I start showing them all to you. So bear with me. Bad pun. Whatever. No, there is actually no chance that I will do something like this on console because I do not have a console that runs this, I think. I don't know. Does PS4 run Planet Zoo? But either way, like, I don't think I could ever play with those controls. I am too into the fine-tuning of this that I could not handle it. Let's see. Are the Arctic foxes exhibit... No, it's not even hooked up to anything. We'll get some guanacos and Andean bears and stuff all hooked up, and then we'll get going. I do not tour console builds yet. Again, I don't have a console to play this on, so I don't think that's going to happen unless console builds are available on the workshop for us PC players. Which, sorry if you were looking for content as far as that goes. But what is going on? I'm having a really tough time right now, you guys. But let's see if we can get some caretakers down here. And we'll hook this up. Come on. Okay. So now we should be able to move in the guanacos. And we'll get spectacled bearer too. Yeah, there's so many things, even just in free build, that it's like, that should just be part of the normal game. It's ridiculous that it's not. So while that's happening over here, I'm gonna just go ahead and show you over here. We've been starting on, well, and I don't know if I can even say starting. It might be finished. I'm not sure. It's like very low detail. But this is the Schaefer Industries Wetlands. It's kind of a North American wetlands aviary that's supposed to be kind of like bayou themed. So let's, oh, yikes. Again, the controls are so finicky on the PC edition, I can't imagine what it would be like on console. So we've got this nice big wetlands dome aviary that's based off of, well, it's using the San Cabrillo aviary by Leaf, and it looks fantastic. He's got it in like a lovely blue-green color, but I think that the black is like actually really kind of striking. So in here we've got all sorts of ducks, and I think that's a great blue heron, American white ibis. I think is that glossy ibis? A lot of these things, I'm really hoping that Great Cake puts together some flying birds that would go into something like this. Got a yellow-crowned night heron, I think, right there. Yep, roseate spoonbills, or roseate, I can't ever figure out what that's supposed to sound like. There's also more spoonbills up there in the trees. My home zoo is the St. Louis Zoo, and we've got a big cypress swamp aviary that, like, you never saw the spoonbills. But then one day I looked up, and there they were. So I wanted to kind of have that kind of experience in here. I believe, I'm not sure if they're in here right now, but this aviary also has a pair of American beavers in it, that the guest path actually does not become a walkthrough at any point that the beavers could get onto. So it's not really a walkthrough exhibit for them, but it is for like ducks and stuff that would be able to get up here. I don't know if the beavers are in here right now. I don't think they are. But then right outside, oh, please don't crash on me. There we go. We also, oh, and they're not in here either. Yeah, I took everything out. This is an alligator habitat. I hope you can tell by the fact that there's water and not a lot going on. Because alligator habitats, surprise, aren't that interesting. So that is actually right after you get done in the Madagascar rocks area. So it's going to connect to the big wetlands dome, and I think over here we're going to have wolves and grizzly bears, kind of as a pseudo little North American section out over here. Australia is going to fit back here, and then back right here, I believe, will be the dolphinarium. I still got to figure out a place where the reptile house is going, World of Color, but that has been a really frustrating thing to build, so I have not spent a lot of time in that. Just because so much of it is billboards and tiny enclosures that I just was really not interested in it. And I just started grad school again, and so my studies are gonna have to take priority over playing Planet Zoo, obviously. Well, and you know, I don't know if you guys picked up, but I've got like a 7-month-old son. Yeah, he's 7 months now, and so he's very demanding of time. So I'm not gonna get to play as much as I'd like, but you know, it'll be enough. So here is the little polar bear area. I haven't put a name to it yet. Let's turn it on. So I don't actually have like a real life inspiration that I can point to and say, yes, this is where this exhibit came from. I really liked the Memphis Zoo. I'm that's funny. No, I have a wife. I'm a straight guy. But anyway, yeah, I don't know where the polar bears are right now. I had them brought in here, but I just love my good friend Stoppable San pointed me out to using the wisteria upside down as a way to do kind of like tundra plants, and I really love how all this turned out. There's like little bits of snow that you can see here and there. That would be part of like the structure. It's not actual snow. I just heard something get placed, so maybe that's a polar bear. Back here we've got a little Arctic fox exhibit that is not connected up to a path right now, so there's no fox in here, and you've got the big old looming zoo telling you exactly where you are. I still think that's just so funny. It's not like that serious oh, there's one. There they both are. I love the polar bear remaster. The one just regularly is kind of derpy. And then over here is a little tunnel where you can get your underwater viewing fix. But you know, it's Planet Zoo, so well, just like in real life, they're not always going to be in the water when you want to see them there. And then we pop out here. Beside the lake, well, a lake. And then going into the Himalayas actually for a brief moment, because my layout is just kind of all over the place right now, but it moves into a different part of the zoo. This is from the workshop. A lot of the restaurants I've got aren't mine, because I don't like to build restaurants. But this is, I think, based off of something in the Taronga Zoo. And you've got this big old plaza here that eventually, I think I said this in my last video, I'm gonna put names on here as like a donor board or whatever, but it'll be like subscribers and people that inspire me and where the blueprints come from and stuff like that. Over there we've got the jungle building, and we're gonna have a couple enclosures over here that are ocelot, coati, and then toucan and seriema, of just some like aviaries outside for you to see before you're in the jungle building. Oh, that's awesome. Have fun at the Chester Zoo. I've never been to a zoo outside of the United States, but I have been on safari in South Africa. Would you have any tips for someone wanting to make more immersive enclosures? Oh, that's a good question. I actually had been kind of spitballing some ideas about ways to make your zoo more realistic. I don't know if that's like immersive to you, but a couple of the things I was thinking about was that one of the things I like to do is put the sponsorships around. So like, I take names of my friends a lot of times and put them on my buildings. So like over here we've got the J. Lackey Jungle, and then there was the Schaefer Wetlands, and then there's the Triton Sea Lion Cove. So I know I do it off of close friends. I think Wyatt Andrews' workshop will often do like teachers, I think he said before. So like just adding those names are really helpful for adding a level of immersion, of implying that there's more lore to it. I also think that it's important to kind of have some things that seem like they're from different time periods, which I don't do a whole lot of that in here. A lot of this is ultra modern, but like this building is based off the Lee Jungle from in the 80s or 90s. Over here, which we'll get to in a bit, is supposed to look a bit older. And back here too, this hoofstock row. And Sumatra's supposed to be kind of late 90s, early 2000s. So one thing to add to your realism is to just kind of act like there's time that passes here. Have some things that are older, that have been there a long time and maybe are worse for wear, aren't as good as they could be or used to be, or something like that. Because it really adds to that level of just feeling like a real place. Obviously, in terms of enclosures, pacing trails. Do I do this? I think one place that I've got this here is in the Malayan tapir enclosure. You can see a little bit that there's areas that would be much more heavily used by the animal than others. Do I have that in any other place? I feel like... No. I mean, kinda here, I guess. There would be places in the Takan enclosure that are grazed more than others. But just, like, really leaning into the fact that animals will eat the grass. And they will walk on the grass a lot, in a lot of the same ways. So I think that pacing trails are a huge thing for immersion. Maybe also like hot wire. I know over in the Himalayas with the red pandas, I have some hot wire here that is helping to imply that like the red pandas can't get out and over. So just like little stuff like that can be really helpful for kind of figuring out a more immersive look. I spend a lot of time walking around my zoo because it drives me nuts when it doesn't feel right walking around it. There have been entire times where I've deleted whole areas of my zoo that have just been because it didn't go a certain way walking through it. So those are a couple tips. Back over here, we've got the bird garden. So we've got some hyacinth macaw right here. This is also an area that's not done. You will always be a gem is asking me if I know how many species are in Cedar Lake. That's a good question. I feel like I've got a spreadsheet that's not completely filled out. Let me look if I can find that. Yeah, here we go. Cedar Lake Zoo species list. We are currently at, including some stuff that's just like planned and not actually in here yet, almost 350 species of animals. As far as stuff that I have built for, we're looking more at 189. So I've got a lot to do. Some of that large number is because there's going to be like free flying birds and things like that in the different aviaries and buildings that I'm going to be doing. But yeah, over here, this is red-tailed hawk. I used a model that was built by Captain Callum, who's been doing the Lord's work when it comes to just cranking out different implied animals. I really love how this archway turned out. The fonts like worked so well. This is actually like really simple. This is all one piece. This is a base game piece, you guys. Like nobody uses the leave archway like they should. It's fantastic. So yeah, over here we've got spectacled owl. So this is definitely a more older part of the zoo. I kind of based it a little bit off of, even not even thinking about it, Kansas City's Asian area that used to be a carnivore area. But the aviaries are kind of styled after St. Louis at the same time. Got some king vultures in here. And then this is Vietnam pheasant. These aren't done, but Eurasian eagle owl will be one of the ones over here. Gonna have shoebill. Bateleur eagle and bald eagle. And something else. I guess I haven't decided. Thanks, Panda Boy. Over here is the Conservation Canyon. I had some kind of reject row stuff I wanted to do, so I'll go down here first and take you through it. This is kind of based off of a combination. Let me think for a second. Of St. Louis, Lincoln Park, Cincinnati, and San Diego, kind of all together, but also just kind of freestyling a little bit too. So this is the flex yard for the Somali wild ass because all of his mares are in here. So yeah, pretty sparse because there's a bunch of them in a small amount of space. Got Indian rhino over here. This was one of the species that was going to be on the Asian monorail until I decided I wasn't going to do an Asian monorail. But I used some of the techniques that I figured out in Palmwood Point with some like mud wall stuff that I really enjoyed. And then this is just from the workshop. I didn't build this. And then over here, we've got Thompson gazelles standing in for Speaks gazelles. I really hope that a mod comes out for... Yeah, it's a cool shelter. I think you just find it by searching like Sunshade on the workshop or something. St. Louis Zoo has a couple enclosures for Speaks gazelles, and I really love that animal. They're just so weird and small and funky. And I really love the little canyon that they've got here. And then this is not quite finished, but got a couple bison in here because I wanted to have bison as kind of a callback. This zoo started as a ZSU zoo, and I was at one point I was the largest herd of bison in ZSU, I think. Definitely in North America at the time. I've seen, I think St. Louis has a more gravelly texture. Let me see if I can pull that up. They've got gravel in their enclosures, and it seems like it works fine because they seem to have decent welfare over there. So my enclosure is pretty much based off of what they do have at the St. Louis Zoo. And then over here, we've got the Andean area. This is supposed to kind of be slapped together on top of an older area of the zoo. Like, these could have been old bear grottos and now just have been expanded. This is the actual Andean bear exhibit, but I don't see them quite yet, so that's a weird thing. And then using some of the older enclosures that would have gone with the bird garden. This is for cougar. Is it in here or did I take it out? There, look, ooh, a cougar. And then this is the other view of the Andean bear habitat. Where are they? Please tell me. Hello? Oh. What? Run. Go. Be free. And then where are the bears? Are they here? What? Where did they go? Sorry for just like stopping. Okay. Okay. You know, classic Planet Zoo. Because that would imply that I am smart. Okay, now we should be able to put the spectacled bears into their habitat. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Yeah, spectacled bears are great. We used to have them at St. Louis Zoo. Platypus in a gator habitat, oh my goodness. We used to have spectacled bears in the St. Louis Zoo, but ours kept escaping. because he found a way through the mesh. And so he got sent to Texas. I hope we get them in the game at some point. By which I obviously mean next time we get a DLC, because as we all know, it's probably our last one. But yeah, the mod is very good. Obviously, could be better because it's a mod, but Frontier quality just hits different. So then you keep going down the Andean path and into here, where we've got Guanaco. I love this. I almost had like a mini Machu Picchu, but it wasn't able to stand out enough. Can't remember the last time I saw Guanaco in real life, but I love the animal. They're so weird. And tried to use some architectural style from like the Incan Empire. And then over here, we've got an Andean condor aviary. Yeah, not really a carnivore, but I get what you're saying. Again, this aviary is not mine, but I can't be bothered sometimes because I'm a dad and a student and have a job, and so I can't do all that stuff. And then over there, this way would be going back into the wilds of Africa, actually linking up and making it a loop. I think that would be kind of over near the boardwalk, or maybe the gorillas. Can't remember exactly, but I'm gonna have to do some work making that logistically pan out. The aviaries that I did build in here are these ones, and I think that they turned out pretty nice. They used to be part of a really large blueprint. Was it this one? No, this was for my Chicago project. Yeah. So this is huge and is really meant for like gibbons or like a big cat or something. It's based off of Lincoln Park's gibbon enclosure, but I shrunk it down for the case of the bird aviaries. So that's where we're at mostly with the zoo. Do not panic because I am doing this for a reason. Oh wait, I might not actually have to do that. Will all of this fit in a blueprint? Basically, tonight we're going to be working on the jungle. And I need to get things set up and ready to go for that. More than 4,000. Are you serious? Okay. Yeah, we'll save this as a blueprint. I did not build this roof again because there are some things that I would rather. Why do the work if somebody's already done it? Really? You know? So yeah, I found somebody made a pretty awesome recreation of the Lee Jungle roof on the workshop. And while I really love it, I also wanted to have it be bigger. So I've extended it by just duplicating it and getting rid of the excess. Sorry, I had to get up and close the door. I will be needing to go at some point for a little bit for my son's bedtime, which is in like 40 minutes. But depending how things are going, if people are still watching, whatever, I'll probably just put it on, be right back, and then come back when I'm done with that. Alright, sandbox. We'll call this Jungle Boogie. Oh yeah, no, E is the letter that stands for this is a blueprint. Almost every single one of my descriptions in-game for my blueprints are just the letter E. That's it. But yeah, also most of the blueprints that are just for my purposes have kind of incomprehensible names. A lot of them, I just go, wait, where's my... Where's the bottom stuff? What? Guys, where's my UI? Hey T-Rex, welcome. Okay. Yeah, so if you go into my blueprints and you type in Cedar, you just get thing after thing after thing. Like all these old entrances. Oh man. Walk through memory lane. This was a fountain that was in the very original one that was built in 2022. Oh my gosh, all these old things. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the roof. That's the orientation it's set up on, so let's go lead. Oh, my Spotify playlist just stopped playing the stuff from Frontier. I hope I don't get sued. Because this stuff's from Happy Feet now. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to get the freaking building outline. This is from the second Happy Feet. I'd never seen it, but it's got some banger music. I have like this massive playlist that's just like building material. It's got like all the Lion King soundtracks and stuff like that. What am I doing? I can go this and then there we go, Planet Zoo music. Okay, so we'll take the original blueprint. We're gonna get rid of everything that's not that part that we need. I have a playlist, Be a Gem, that's just Jimmy Buffett, and that is pretty much all I listened to when I was building Palmwood Point. May he rest in peace. And margaritas. Very few celebrity deaths have like actually had an impact on me, but the ones that have include him and Stan Lee and Gilbert Gottfried. A very strange arrangement of folks, but it is what it is. I almost never have the actual like music from Planet Zoo playing. I'm mostly doing this because I know that it's stream safe, but sometimes you forget how good it is, you know? Okay. We've got a roof. Now I gotta kind of review what I had built so far. How much of that I'm keeping. So I love this little view right here. It's gonna be fantastic. This will be in the South American part of it. And we got like a boa constrictor that you can look out down to there and see. I had more of this. Did I straight up lose a ton of progress on this? That's fine, I guess. So what happens now is we're gonna work together to develop some of my species list for this jungle building, because originally it was gonna be just South America. And now I'm adding everything in, but I don't want like redundancy, so I'm not gonna have African species that I've got over in Africa in here. So let's see what we've got. Okay, absolutely 100% we're using Captain Callum's Green Anaconda. Or, well, come to think of it, I'll probably just use the modded Anaconda. Oh, I undid the whole building, so it's placing it down all over. That's awesome. I love this game. It's so fun. Not laggy at all. I really love the last video that I did about my insect house having the name "This game is so buggy." I thought that was really funny, and I hope other people did too. So we are definitely having green anaconda of some sort in here. Probably that one because of the underwater viewing. Emerald tree boa is probably gonna go into World of Color. But plumed basilisk, welcome to the jungle. That's it from there. African lizard, Madagascar giant day gecko. Yes. Fire skink is in World of Color. See, I thought about giant otters. I think I'm gonna have Asian small clawed, but not giant. Oceania lizard. Boyd's forest dragon. Red-eyed crocodile skink. I'm gonna have tree kangaroo in this building. I know that much. Let's see. So Asco, Baird's tapir, Binturong is possible. Definitely gonna have sloth. Capybara. Oh, you heard it here first. I have been working in a collab zoo that we're going to be putting out a paleo themed zoo soon. I don't know how long it'll be until that's out because I've stopped working on it for a while, but that should be cool. Got like mammoths and stuff like that. We're gonna have Mueller's gibbon, but the Lar gibbon will stand in for that right now. Got Red River Hog already. I know I want to have Pygmy Hippo, but I haven't hit that yet. Spectacled Cayman, probably. Oh, I passed Pygmy Hippo then. Gonna have Spider Monkeys, but that doesn't work with this yet. Let's see. Where are the Luzon cloud rats from? The Philippines. We could do one of those. That could be neat. Gonna want a lot of free-flying birds, definitely. Bird. What do we got? Hello, Drac. What do you have in this one? Lesser bird of paradise. That'd be good. Tuatara. Maybe. Those are rather rare, aren't they? Not really anything in that group. Piping Guan, maybe? Oh yeah, the collection I built of birds. Oh yes, Hammerkop, 100%. Golden-breasted starling. I don't think that exactly fits, but I want that. Violet Tarako, yes. Helmeted Curacao isn't definitely an option. Oh, the crested partridge now that they're not in Sumatra. Indian cock the rock. Definitely. Luzon bleeding heart. Yes, please. We'll throw Scarlet Ibis in here. Let's see, I had put together some of the species I had been considering. I think I want Diana Monkey, but we don't have a mod for that, and we don't have an implied. But we have the Colobus. I can maybe make that into a Diana. Can you tell I'm stalling because I don't want to do layout? That's mostly a joke. Matchy's tree kangaroo, straw-colored fruit bat, Seba's short-tailed bat, black and rufous elephant shrew, Victoria crown pigeon. Okay. So the main things I need to account for, I think, are going to be pygmy hippo, lar gibbon, tapir, gharial, anaconda. Do I want some sort of predator in here that's like terrestrial? I don't know what I would do. I got leopards over in Africa. Oh, Asian small-clawed otter I was gonna have someplace. And they'll probably need their own enclosure on the ground floor. But I can have the gibbons and the small-clawed otters share an area. That'll work. Pygmy hippo. What's another tropical African animal that I could house with pygmy hippo, I think? You think Nile monitor could be put with a pygmy hippo? I'm a little suspicious of that, to be honest. Ooh, bush baby could be a neat thing to have. Congo rainforest animals. Ooh, Labry's working on a new collared mangabey. That would be a good thing to throw in. Can I do monkeys in with a pygmy hippo? Has that been done? Yes, it has in Leipzig. Okay. Diana monkeys and pygmy hippos. That's what we're doing then. Okay. So we need to block out how much space these guys need. Please don't crash. Two. Need 120 land. I'm beta testing the taxidermy mod. I don't know if I'm supposed to be showing that, but it's how I play the game right now. So I'm not gonna change that. No, Leaf uses it in his videos, I think, so. One of these days I'll have to beg him to come on a stream with me. Space it. Okay, this is technically enough space for 2 pygmy hippos on land. Good to know. Then Asian small clawed otter. 1, 2, 3, 4. 75. Gibbon. Okay. So we need at least, I think, ooh, I had not thought about that, but do you think giant Asian pond turtle would work? The sad thing is that the lead jungle does not have any sort of layout available for people to look at. I like have looked all over the place and can't find anything. What I should really do is just, you know, it might be smarter to just make a flat roof at the bottom of this. I don't know what the actual lead jungle does. I forget. I was just there like a few months ago, but was that really just last month? Well, almost 2 months ago. Okay. I'm not crazy. It's just the voices in my head that are crazy. I'm kidding. But yeah, let's connect this up. I just want to make this kind of easier to plan out. Yeah, here we go. I probably look crazy the way that I build, but if it works for me, that's the important part, right? So, this is the floor plan of the jungle. What if we flip this upside down to give just an outline of where the roof is gonna come to be? I don't think that's right. I can just use the actual. I mentioned this in Pronation, I think it was last night, but just one of the things that is kind of getting on my nerves is all of the stuff that's left to do in Cedar Lake is massively complicated. This, the desert pyramid, the world of color, the dolphinarium. I don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah, we're doing dolphins, and it's going to be very exciting. But we can make this like that, and go ahead and make this like a green blue thing. Yeah, so this is the pygmy hippo enclosure. Can I pull this as one item? I can, yes. Please don't crash, please don't crash. Okay. Whew. Okay, then I need to delete this over here. Oh, yeah, this actually fits. Okay. Oh, this doesn't work though then, because the trees have to be under the roof. Okay, this should be just a tad bit easier to place. Oh, this is driving me crazy. Okay, you enter the jungle upstairs, and... This has to remain inside the roof. Oh, right. Right. Because it's more than one roof. Which means this should actually be fine then. I want to do more speed builds for you guys, but like the problem is I always forget to record. Like I start building something, I get really in the zone, and then it's like it would be really awkward if I jumped into this build like halfway through to show them. That is good enough for right now. Oh, and the reason that this isn't working quite as well as it needs to is because it needs to be sunken down more. Thanks, Gem. You'll always be a gem. I'm funny. Just gonna put that out there for everybody. I'm funny. Anyway. Okay, so that's not quite the sight line I was hoping for. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a bit better. I think we do need to bring this up just a tad. So still under the roof. Hi, this is my jungle building. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, okay. That works. I need to destroy that, actually. Oh, that's something I need for later. Island. Right, because what this will do is it will give me the whole thing with the intended landscaping. That's more like it. How much higher can it get? Okay, a little more. A little more. And we're still under the roof. Okay. All right. So now the question is, how does the bottom start? Because as much as I'm... Like, I have to do, like, 40 chests to make this work. Because I'm simultaneously trying to lay out a top and a bottom. So let's say that the pygmy hippo is right here. I think that might be similar to lead. All right, let's get our little handy dandy guy. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna need to hide a little bit here. Okay, and then that means that the hippos can be maybe like there. Ah, yes, yes. So, there can be underwater viewing there for the people, and then they come under here in a little tunnel that can have some terrariums along the side. No, that's not correct. There should be... Really? I was supposed to go down into the water. That's fine. We'll just take care of a little bit of this rock work so that the tapir can get down. Alright, and then we're gonna want railing on ground path. Yeah, the water barriers are nothing to laugh about. What do we got? Need to make sure that this is enough space for the people. This is the PZ Paths Plus mod. It gives you so many new types that are just fantastic. I think so. Downstairs level will probably start about here. If I remember correctly from Lead Jungle, there's like, this isn't a recreation, but like it has definite pieces that I'm stealing. Gonna have something there. The species list is kind of in flux right now. I haven't gone into this with a full plan because I don't know what's going to work and what's not. But we'll definitely have a terrarium here and make this a bit easier to get through. Let's turn this off. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think one thing that's very helpful for me is I go to the zoo all the time. Especially now that we're back with a free zoo being our local zoo. I take my son once a week. Because the St. Louis Zoo is free. So, like, why wouldn't you? But I think that part of why people are like, oh, your enclosures look so good, is because I do try to, at least when I'm not drawing specifically from a reference, still have things that look like they could be a reference. Yeah, he's 7 months old. He doesn't really look at anything at the zoo yet, so it's mostly I get to go to the zoo and we get to smile at each other the whole time. And so it's very nice and fun, but not as much the experience as I'd want it to be for him. All right, let's bring this back in. Oh, yeah. This is very similar to what I had originally envisioned. So we'll do another one of these. And then we'll do a PVC. And then put one of these. Is this seriously not gonna? Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, there's no power in this file yet. Turn that on. Let's see. Nope. 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 Hit me up with that faux rock pack. You know, this could be a place to use this. No, that piece is what I'm gonna need over here. Yeah, it's funny sometimes how all these YouTube people are like, "Oh, your builds are so amazing," when it's like, literally, I am so much lazier than I could be. I think that's honestly one thing that is like what lets me be so fast, is like I will respect good enough. Like, I am not a J. Ash Balboa. Like, I'm not gonna spend a month on an enclosure. That's wonderful for him. I'm so glad that he does that because he does amazing work. I can't. Like, my time just simply won't allow it. And so for me to have zoos that I enjoy, that I've built, I have to cut some corners in places. So I do stuff like just the giant billboard, because I will not be bothered. Who, me or J Ash? But anyway, there's like so many creators in the community that are far better builders than me, simply because they have more time. And also they know how to put the detail into it in just an insane way. And I really commend them for that. I really love looking at those detailed zoos and wish that I could be them. But like, anytime I try to pop in like a Haribo blueprint into my zoo, it like starts to make my computer start frying. That's another thing too, is I don't have the most expensive gaming rig. I bought my PC in 2020 on Amazon, pre-built. So like, you will not be getting from me the enormous powerhouse zoos that you'd want. I will not be able to post anything on the workshop, even if like all of the mods that I use were public, simply because I can't put everything into one map. And then I think actually we're gonna do something a little quirky and actually use the liana vines that I never use. Like, I'm only using 90% of my, or 75% of my power, man. I know that's not the Shaggy quote, but you know. This is nice. I like this. And actually, what I might do is take a 4 meter. Is 4 meter enough? No, it's gotta be 8. 8 meter projection screen. Zoinks. Like Scoob. Yeah, okay. I'm feeling this. So the entry to the lower level. Boop. We're getting there. It's not what I want yet. Here's a fair warning and tip to you guys. Don't, if you're feeling like you're gonna build a 2-story building, don't. I put together my my desert house and decided toward the beginning, oh yeah, actually, to kind of differ this a little bit from the Desert Dome at Omaha, I'm going to give it a second level. And while it so far is turning out very fun, I would not wish building a 2-story thing on anybody. Let's lift this guy up a little bit more, this Tupelo. How does that look up here now? Okay. I need to spin it just a little bit more. Move it back just a little. Yeah, that's a bit better. So the nice thing about these trees is that they're supposed to kind of be like structural parts of this building, so they can be as tall as they need to be. The problem though is now this tree is right here. This tree in particular is going to cause me trouble, it seems. Yes, this is what I wanted. A little bit of framing here and something to kind of give you a sense of scale down here. This needs to come a little lower. Take this, but actually I should probably see if there's something less piece intensive that I can fill this out with. So far I'll just give a short group of some of the things that you might see in here. These are quite a few of the animals that are planned so far. Pygmy hippo, Baird's tapir, Asian small-clawed otter, largibbon, gharial, capybara, Diana monkey, birds, reptiles, you know, jungle stuff, lots of monkeys. Okay, that, here we are again with the good enough. So let's come down here and grab one of our tropical things. Did I have, okay, whatever. That's the habitat tab. Not gonna get anything in there. Alright, so this will be going into South America. So folks, what do we think? Terrarium right here. Need a reptile or an amphibian that lives in South America. I don't want to do dart frogs because dart frogs are going to be a huge part of World of Color. I think caiman lizard might already be planned for that too. Red-eyed tree frog is literally the first thing in World of Color once you get past the rainbow room with the chameleons, and I think it actually is caiman lizard in there. Let's see, not Orinoco croc, that's too small. Ooh, would it be interesting to do electric eels right there is a question. You know what? Eyelash viper. That sounds like a good plan. I think I may have had that plan for World of Color, but you know, gotta have some. Oh, I see. This is huge. I don't really want to make that iguana stuck down here, though. What else could... Like, because now I'm wondering if it'd be better to have, like, a mammal or something, a small mammal in here. Because this is much bigger than I originally thought it was. So, like, you couldn't fit a Fusa in here comfortably, but, like, Fennec Fox, yeah. Like, I know it's not the desert building, I'm just kind of testing things out. You know what? Let's check that out. Dwarf Caiman. You know? I think that is a decent idea. So let's have that there. Wetland. I think a chinchilla could have fit in here, but I don't really see chinchilla as like a tropical animal, you know? Is it? Like, I'm still learning about some animals, even though I like to pretend I'm a master of animal lore. Aren't chinchilla like volcanic species or something? I know they clean themselves in ash. mountain species. That's what I thought. I had a friend who had a chinchilla for a while. I think he might have smuggled it into college for a bit or something. That might not be fully accurate. Wait, where does that go? Oh. Yeah, no, these are fine to get rid of. Alright, as we have to continually do, let's turn off climbing. The marsh stones aren't really fitting the vibe for me. Fine. That's fine. Let's see. We can have a little bit of a moss here. And then, just to make this logistically sound, let's go ahead and grab one of these babies and there. Yeah, close enough. That's gonna be my motto now. Close enough. And like, if I ever end up selling merch, that's what the t-shirts will say. I'm joking mostly, but you know, sort of not. Then let's hit this. Nick, fix your hitboxes. I don't know if you're watching right now, but fix them. Sleep loop. You know, that's the best we're gonna get. Put some temple plant. Maybe a little bit of so we're gonna actually take a glass panel, because this will be something I actually have to move. And let's get a little pretend habitat for adding water. Just add water. It is really so handy. I really want it to come out so I'd stop feeling like selfish for using it, because it really has just fundamentally changed the way that I play this game. Planning is so much different when you have that option available to you. Okay. There we go. And then free build will make it so that I can do that. And next up, we need to make sure that it is lit. Yeah, so this might be something that actually people find use from, is how to light enclosures during the day. It sucks, but really your best bet is going to be the floodlight. So you're going to take it, stick it whatever area you want the light to go on. So like, yeah, there. And then we're gonna take the temperature, set it to warm. And gotta kind of tinker around until you find a sweet spot. After which, I'm gonna throw a little bit more. Oh, yeah. For the effect that I want, maybe. Do I want Hydrilla on the wall? No. Let's see. Ivy. I'll bring one of my favorite plants, bracken, and some Kentia. Nope, that's not what I wanted. How long have I been streaming? Almost 2 hours, wow. So let's take a little bit of this. Yeah, okay. All right. That is a little tricky then, because I did want to have an Amazon fish tank. Hey, Primal. Oh, I missed my son's bedtime. That just means that I'll be first to be there when he wakes up for his first time to eat during the night. Let me tell you, if you don't have kids, it's fascinating. Just like what your life looks like when that happens. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. This would be really nice, but I don't know if I'm gonna make this work or not. This is gonna be really interesting to figure out. So this is anteater, think capybara, and squirrel monkey, spider monkey, something like that. No, this would not be the well, there'll be some Asian stuff in here because I got rid of the Sumatra dome, but this is the South American part. You know, this might work. I don't know. I feel like not having Amazon fish is kind of a crime, but I really don't know if it's gonna work. Sorry, can't be bothered with the Europack music. It's good for somebody, but not for me. Could have building on elevated. Actually, I'm gonna guess that a lot of these animals would not mix well into a circumstance that has stuff like Arapaima and Black Paku, but flip this around. Because what I want to do... Oh, that's good. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't do that enough. I really ought to do more of watching other people while I build. Especially like live. Sometimes it's just too distracting for me. But I'll watch a lot of... yeah, here's my recommendations for who to watch while you're building. Sparrow, just because she's got like a delightful video voice, and Leaf, because he's one of my best buds, and makes good content, obviously. But then also, I watch a lot of Wyatt Andrews' workshop while I'm building. His stuff just inspires me left and right. And really, Cedar Lake would probably not be what it is today without his videos. Oh, yeah, actually, this is gonna rock. Because what you get then is opportunities for stuff like that. Oh. So we're gonna need a dirt path underneath here that looks good. Probably just the earth path. Yeah, Sparrow's great. She comments on like every single one of my videos, and I always look forward to hearing from her. She's always got such nice things to say. Yeah, no, this rocks. I'm gonna have to switch something up really quick though. I need just a little bit more flat. Oh gosh. Yeah, I wanted to take my son and my wife to the zoo today because I got off of school pretty early. But it was like 90 degrees, and we've kind of made the decision that we're not going to take our baby outside if it's like 90 or above. That's just ridiculous. There's no need. Ooh. This is the first time you guys have probably like seen and heard me talk live, so like just get ready because I nerd out about my own stuff a lot. I hope it doesn't seem like an ego thing. I just get really excited when things start going my way in the game, you know, as they often don't, because it's Planet Zoo. And what would Planet Zoo be without constantly like being angry at the game? Because if you're not angry because you're building, you're angry because something DLC, something whatever. I don't know. Oh, yes. Excuse me. All right, team. What are your favorite animals at the zoo? Sound off. Tell me. What do you like to go see? What do you go see first? If you don't care about the layout and you're just making a mad dash rope drop to a zoo animal, what are you going to see? There's only 4 of you watching right now, so one of you is gonna have to start talking. Fusa. Interesting. The only place that I know I've seen Fusa is at Omaha. And Omaha has 2 different Fusa exhibits. One in their night house and one in their outside their Madagascar house. And the one that's like in the nocturnal house is never doing anything. The one that is in the outdoor enclosure is all the time doing stuff. Oh, baby orangutan, that's awesome. St. Louis, I think we're expecting a baby orangutan? We have a baby chimpanzee. She's like 3 now, but still baby. Oh wait, I have seen Fusa someplace else. I saw them at Zoo Atlanta. But the ones at Zoo Atlanta just like don't do anything. I'm hoping to go to the Bronx sometime next year. I have a friend who's getting married up in New England, and I think I'm gonna make a day to go out to Bronx because it's like when am I gonna be there? That's awesome. That's awesome. I thought about sun bears. I'm not sure that they're gonna fit at this point, sadly. I'm still thinking about what's going to be next after Cedar Lake, because I'm not entirely sure. I know I'm going to want to have a new like main zoo after this, but I don't know exactly what it's going to be, and I've started looking for inspiration for that, but we'll see. Oh, I was like, what's that sound? I guess the cardboard boxes have been... Yeah, they've been respawning. So we're just gonna delete those because it's giving me the creeps. I could do a zoo in Europe. I don't know if I'm gonna do that because I don't... The only time I've ever been in Europe was in the Amsterdam airport on the way to South Africa. I've never spent time in Europe, and I really like to build stuff that like I know. But okay, we're making some decent progress. Actually, as funny as that, as I just said, like, oh yeah, I like to build stuff that I know about. I want to show you guys kind of a weird thing I've been starting to work on. It's almost a joke zoo, but like I'm taking it kind of seriously. You'll see what I mean. When it loads. I haven't like mentioned this on my channel at all yet, so. Oh my gosh, you guys. If you're in the modding server, you gotta check out the showcasing because Cake is working on orangutan with hair physics and it's spectacular. Okay, let's turn this to tonight. This is definitely like one of the weirdest projects I've ever worked on. But this is a zoo set in space. Oh, that was just kind of a joke. I'm not actually keeping that there. So it's supposed to take a lot of like influences from Star Wars. You can see kind of they're called greebles, I think, on the wall, where it's like stuff that they would put on the models just using extra pieces of stuff. But the first enclosures I have in here is you've got this kiwi enclosure that I think is hilarious. It's supposed to look like an alien world, but you've got like space in the background. And then there's this butterfly exhibit that's supposed to be like, oh, this is a laboratory where they're growing plants in space and seeing if butterflies can operate with them in space and whatever. And one of my favorite things about this so far is the enclosures have these doors that can come down. So like you can vacuum seal the enclosures. It's silly, but I like it. And obviously, I want to make a lot of weirdos in this zoo. So I got like the saiga, and the platypus, and the proboscis monkey, and the takin. But we'll see. This is just something I'm kind of doing on the side when I feel like it, and not trying to do when I don't have the inspiration. But, while we're at it, I'll just give you a view of what's going on in the other parts of Cedar Lake Zoo that we're building. No, walruses are not going to be coming to Cedar Lake. Originally, they were in the plans. They were going to be part of the polar bear area, and they just ended up not fitting. Partially because, believe it or not, walruses are super hard to build for. Imagine you've got a sea lion the size of a rhino, and then what are you supposed to do with that? So Cedar Lake actually is a real place in Indiana that would not be able to support a zoo like this at all. Like that is the most unrealistic thing, is that it's in Cedar Lake. But Cedar Lake is where around there was kind of like, it's where I got married, and I lived there for a little bit, so it has a special place in my heart. But let me show you World of Color so far. So mostly what I have is just billboards, but I absolutely love how this has turned out so far. So it's gonna go through the rainbow in order, but then so like this is what I've built so far. I've got red-eyed tree frogs and fire skinks, or emperor newt, I think actually. A little bit of a exhibit on the similarities between coral snakes and milk snakes and differences also. And this is an actual phrase, but I thought it was hilarious because of like Jack Hawthorne. It just matches up so well. So actually, the thing that inspired me for this was the Shed Aquarium Underwater Beauty exhibit. It doesn't exist anymore. It was like a temporary thing, but it was stunning and inspired this. So that you got red tegu over here, and then rainbow boa. But it's very hard to build this, and I have like pieces of it that I know I'm gonna use and really enjoy, but it's just not been kind of coming together as quickly as I'd like. And then let me take you into the desert building, because I'm very, very thrilled with how this is showing so far. Okay, where are we at? All right. Yeah, so this is a mess. Pay very little attention to what's outside. But come in here. So we've got white-headed buffalo weaver. Over here we've got caracal sleeping. And continuing on here, we're gonna have some terrariums. I think this will be dwarf mongoose, maybe dick. We've got an upstairs part, which is, I'm both dreading building this and loving it at the same time. So you get a view down into the caracal exhibit. Then also over here, there's going to be an Egyptian vulture exhibit. Come through here. Going to be some terrariums, puff adder right here. Another aviary. Over here will be some Australian stuff. I'm going to have yellow-footed rock wallaby on this hill. And doing a little bit of North American stuff too. And that's going to be really fun. But our bird and reptile house is still happening. So World of Color is a reptile house specifically. And so yes, that is still happening. The bird house has been changed a little bit. So we've got you can go back into the video and see it if you're really curious about seeing it before a video about them comes out. But I've got a big wetlands aviary. There's the free-flying birds in the living wastelands, and then going to be free-flying birds in the Jaylaki jungle. And then there's also an outdoor bird garden. So I'm not doing an indoor bird house, but I'm having more than enough birds to go around. But I should probably get going. But it's been wonderful hanging out with you all and showing off the zoo and getting to build. And hopefully we'll do this again soon. I don't know how often. I'd love to do it weekly, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I will see you guys the next time this happens. All right.